because we do have quite a few questions that have come up now. So I know that we've dove very deep into specific use cases in relation to using AI to help you rank on for SEO. But I think if we could take a step back, because I know there's a few people in the audience who are very new to this space. So if you could add a very high level, just basic level. I even had a question. What is SEO? What is SEO? Why is it important for your business? And then we can kind of move into some of the AI specific questions.
Yes, of course. SEO is search engine optimization. It allows you to improve your ranking and organic search results of search engines by improving your website crawlability, indexability, relevance, popularity, and ultimately rankings, right? Like it's pretty much the optimization of your website to allow search engines to easily access the content, to understand the content, and identify the authority and popularity of the content to fulfill the search needs of users and rank accordingly, right? So yes, there's a variety of tasks and different areas at hand that need to be well aligned to ultimately tell Google, look, this is the best page about this particular topic, and I deserve to rank better whenever someone is searching for this, because I will provide the best, more useful and accurate experience to the user looking for this particular information.
Thank you for that explanation. Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that you're trying to do when you're trying to rank is you're trying to create relevant, accurate, timely information that people are searching for online. So you use some different use case examples where you could use it to help you generate content ideas. But when you're going through those content ideas, how do you decide where you need to iterate from there? So basically, let me give a high level example. I have a podcast agency. So tell me the top 10 questions people ask about a podcast agency, right? And then walk me through your workflow from there. If you're going to create a tree of different topics, can you walk me through some basic steps of your workflow?
So, for example, I believe that you can start, and you should definitely start with the workflow that you already have in your day-to-day as a specialist, right? If you're an SEO who works with a lot with content, for example, you will likely already have a process in place for keyword research, for competition research, for content creation. You will certainly know how to create a brief and already have a process to create a brief and a workflow. Many of these processes will be already semi-automated already with existing SEO tools for content tools. So what you should do is to try to identify which of these can be improved. Where do you still spend too much time by doing things at hand or putting things together or validating things together? So for example, you might have your keyword research tool and process and go to SEMrush, Ahrefs, whatever tool you may use, and then go to your content optimization tool that has another interface and try to put them together. It's like, oh, why I don't just ask the chat to facilitate this in a single interface and provide me all the information together rather than having two different platforms that will take me a little bit more time to use, right? These type of things. So I think it's essential that rather than reinventing the wheel, trying to start from scratch, you already see what you are dedicating more like legwork at, and based on that, you try to automate.
Yes. And based on that, I know there's a lot of concerns about using GPT and other AI tools to write content specifically and the legalities around that. Do you think that the author's expertise is going to be valued alongside these tools, or if that's going to create an issue?
It will be fundamental because of what we mentioned before and you referred to, right? Like the problem comes when you pretty much copy paste whatever these tools are generate without validating factual information or validating if it's just a copy of something that is already published out there, or if it is high quality or it's just fluff. So having an expert yourself or keeping your expert, please don't think that this will replace your experts that can provide first-hand accurate information, also provide like this additional layer to delight your users, like really good copywriter or content marketer. Oh my God, they're writing. You can, was the other day, someone say, okay, can you please tell which of this was generated with AI and which version was generated by a human, you could definitely tell, right? Because when someone knows their stuff and also have the ability to communicate well by written, when you have testimonials, when you have facts, when you have this additional layer of your own tone of voice too, your own brand, this is when you delight your users, right? So I will say that, yes, this will allow you to pretty much, rather than creating 5 amazing blog posts per month, you will be able to create potentially 3 times more, 4 times more. But that should be the thinking, to improve your accelerate your activities rather than change what you have at the moment.
Yeah, great insight there. I mean, the one thing is there are human nuances to communication and voice and tone and expertise, real world expertise that is not being put into AI that you gain. And so you're just really kind of backwards using these tools to help shorten that workload for the things that machine learning can do at a much quicker pace than we can. Another question here. How do you think AI is going to change the algorithm for Google if we want to rank in an organic way?
I think that we will need to wait for that, right? Like, I mean, we need to wait first for Google to integrate BART in their actual search interface. Right now, it's something completely independent. In fact, when many people have referred and say, oh, but it's not adding enough citations, it's like, wait, it's not even integrated, right? Like, I think that Bing has already shown how differentiated it is. And it's a completely different tab that we use. And many times they refer from the chatbot to the search results when they see that the intent will be better satisfied in search results. I believe that many times also BART will refer to Google results at the end, searching Google too. So I don't think that they would want to even cannibalize too much, because first, it can be risky from a user experience standpoint. Secondly, they still want to refer a lot the traffic to, especially the advertisers, right? Not necessarily to organic.
Sure.
But the advertisers, they do, because this is how they make money. So I think that they need to be careful there. I don't think that we will see like a huge shift one day from another, but like soft integration, little by little, in a way that they can test and assess how this impacts user experience and engagement too. So yeah, let's take a look, and let's see also what are let's say the new ranking factors or additional ranking factors that we can take into consideration depending on where it's placed. If it is something that is at the top or in the sidebar or is in a completely different tab, so it won't necessarily affect the top 10 ranked pages anyway, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely still ahead of the time. And I think it's a trending topic. So there's this idea that it's a lot more widespread than it actually is currently. Like you said, top organizations, top SEO specialists are using these tools. But someone has a question here about if you're just getting started with AI, it's all very overwhelming, right? There's so much information out there and misinformation. Do you have any resources or specific sites or tools that you're using to help you learn and stay up to date on best use cases and how to use it?
I think that Charlie Wagner, the person that I provide citations from, he's always engaging and always sharing about AI in Twitter. I will retweet him a lot also and share his information, so you can take a look in my Twitter and take a look. Charlie Wagner. Don't worry though. You can, if you go to Twitter, I will retweet his account, so any of you can take a look at him. It has a complicated name for me to share, but it's Data Chas, at Data Chas in Twitter, like this.